Hello, Nomads, and welcome to our catch-up episode for January 2025. I am your host this evening. My name is Eric, and I have with me, as always, Brandon.
Player 2 has entered the conversation.
I was wondering if you were going to say 2 or 3.
Uh-oh.
You always say 3. And we have Dave.
Hello to the Avowed cast. Welcome to the Living Lands.
Welcome to the Living Lands. That's right. We've all been playing Avowed. We're gonna front load this baby
So much.
with a bunch of Avowed talk. That's probably gonna be the majority of this, and then we got a few other little things in the back.
Just so you know, because we are definitely going to talk about Avowed for most of this episode, but we will hit the other things.
No
I will be
spoilers.
talking about Furiosa. Well, no, I'm going to talk about Furiosa.
Well, I'm saying for
Beetlejuice.
I'm saying for Avowed, not for the episode.
Yes, right.
I don't know how far.
Don't let them know.
No.
We also watch Beetlejuice.
Listen, you got to make them work for it. If they want to hear what else we have to say, they got to listen through all this Avowed talk.
You want timestamps in this episode? No, yeah, Avowed. I cannot wait to talk about this. And can I just start off by saying, because in the Discord, I'm like, I'm not like big on this studio. Like, they didn't get me with Outer
Obsidian. Give them the respect they deserve.
Yeah, Obsidian. I didn't. So, and I didn't really play too much of the Fallout Las Vegas.
New Vegas? Oh my God, what is this slander happening?
Yeah, I just don't like Fallout, so I've never had this moment, but I really like this game. That's all I wanted to say.
Are you done?
Yeah, good job, Obsidian.
That is a hot take right there.
We played Grounded a little bit. You liked Grounded, right?
Well,
for a crafting game, I did, but I think just because if I was playing with you guys, I think if I played that by myself or with strangers, I'd be not into it. But it was
Knights of the Old Republic 2.
They're on the probably close to like the Mount Rushmore of RPG games.
It's good.
Like,
well, Brandon's a bro gamer, as we all know.
Obsidian.
I am a bro gamer, and dude, is this not like the bro gamers RPG? I mean, I adore
100%.
Skyrim and Oblivion, but I'm just saying, like, I like my I don't want to.
I mean,
it gets to the
this
good
game does
stuff.
things that.
I don't know. It lets you.
Let's just get into it right now. Let's not beat around the bush. We're talking about Avowed.
What is it? And then we'll get into what we like about it. Go ahead, Eric. You know a lot about.
It's a game developed by Obsidian. This was announced back in 2020, was it? Reveal trailer, which, if I recall, the reveal trailer, like teaser cinematic thing, looked nothing like the final game does. Because
it was just some.
It was like generic.
And
it was more generic, just like battle thing going on, fantasy stuff. And then I don't know. The history of this is a little weird because like. They did like a reveal, gameplay reveal. I want to say was it 2 years ago or I think it was like 2 years ago. But we haven't really heard much else about that. But when that happened, I wasn't really like, I saw it and I'm like, looks okay. I didn't think it was going to be
like fantasy stuff.
Looks like fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
I thought the world looked a little bit more interesting than it's, a little outside of the generic fantasy realm.
I was turned off. To be honest,
yeah,
I didn't even watch the trailer. I looked at a couple of pictures and I'm like, oh, this looks it looks like their last game. Just
like it didn't play well on video. Like the combat looked kind of slow and not very exciting.
It looked like been there, done that.
And then like the release around this game, there didn't seem like there was much hype going on. Like people weren't really talking about it. It was just like.
And we had some really good RPGs that came out the year before. They got a lot of attention. Baldur's Gate 3, it was like a big game. And Kingdom Deliverance 2 just dropped. That's more of a realistic game, and people are really liking that. So to come out as an RPG with the name Xbox attached to it, there's just going to be noses pointed up. People are going to just like hold it to a different standard simply because it's an Xbox game. Who cares that it's Obsidian? And they are mostly beloved by the gaming industry, or the gamers. But because Xbox is on it, like this has to be perfect. And it is interesting what they ended up the end result came out to be.
Coming into it.
Like, you were hyped this whole time.
I was completely hyped. Anything that
really?
comes out from Obsidian,
I never heard you mention it once.
I am all over.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anything that Obsidian comes out with, like, you gotta think that it's.
Did you like their last game?
Outer Worlds was all right.
Yeah, I played some Outer Worlds also, and wasn't like super hooked, and never finished it.
Yeah.
I mean, they did Stick of Truth. South Park was an amazing game. They did the Pillars of Eternity.
Oh, they did that? Okay.
I got a little bit into Pillars before.
I do want to try Pillars, which Avowed, same universe.
With it.
Same universe as Pillars of Eternity.
Which is cool because this is good because it makes you want to go check that out.
For sure.
Yeah, a little bit. Knights of the Old Republic too. Like there's some like all-time greats that have come out of this studio, even though Outer Worlds was kind of generic, but this one hits on like every single front, from like graphics, sound, combat, like RPG, like UI stuff, like every single angle is kind of so nicely polished.
It looks generic, but it's not. You actually just need to play it because once you get over what you think it is,
there's a lot of mushrooms and stuff. Like it's more colorful.
I do like the look and the aesthetic of the game. It's not like
it grows on you.
I said
it's
I said it. It's the inside of the bubble from Annihilation.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially with the Dream Scourge and everything.
I know.
Yeah, it just everything's mutating and it's all just fungus based. But the way that they build the environment, they're so colorful. And we'll get to the crinkle tinkles, as I call them, the little tingly chests.
Oh yeah.
Everywhere. But the world is so like bright and colorful, and they're like the environments are so hand built that you need that to look around, because not everything is interactable. Like it's built to look good, and then the stuff that you can actually interact with is highlighted. But
I appreciate
that.
It's very
without
streamlined.
The crinkle tinkles, there's just so much shit hidden.
The crinkle tinkles. I like that. I like the crinkle tinkles because Dave, you do hear that.
You were hyped this whole time. Yeah, Dave, you're hyped this whole time. You trusted the studio. It comes out, and you are probably 20 plus hours into it, and you're totally like, yeah, this is great. This is great. This is a good game. I would highly recommend it.
Absolutely. If you're gonna play an RPG, like this,
would people compare it to Skyrim. Like, what say you to that comparison? We're like, it looks like Skyrim, but like Skyrim did all these things before, like, and they have all these comparison videos. And
I'll say it, kind of like Skyrim's combat sucks. This combat does not.
Yeah,
Skyrim's combat does suck.
Yeah,
everything else is so great, but the combat is always.
It doesn't feel weighty. It feels fucking sloppy. You're just swinging, flailing around. There's no strategy really. Like, I mean, you can throw some fireballs.
Actually,
there's a depth.
It actually gets better as you play it. I know. I was like, oh, this is kind of generic. Like, I can swing, I can shoot, and I can cast spells. Like, whatever, boom. But then it's like, as you unlock stuff, and it takes me a long time to like unlock an ability, and when it happens, I'm like, this refreshes the game experience for me, because now I can like do this, and you get boss fights, more monsters thrown at you. You have different companions, and the companions that you have, the two that you get, you can evolve their abilities, so that's really cool. So I think the combat, that's a great point. The combat
my favorite
is
part
almost
of the
like
game.
the highlight. It's like, imagine Skyrim Light, where you don't have to like constantly open up cupboards and desks and drawers and break boxes to see what's inside. What if we like showed you what's inside the crate? What if we just had things highlighted real quick so you can just loot and scoot, not worry about crime? Just get to that juicy combat.
Loot and scoot is
just
a good one.
Get to the combat. It's like an action first.
I'm always excited.
I love it.
I'm always excited when I come upon like a little group of enemies in a fucking little opening in a forest, like these fucking lizard dudes. I'm like, yeah, you guys are going down. I'm just gonna fucking axe you to the back of the head.
Them.
Why?
I feel so bad. I feel like they are totally. We are encroaching on their land. They are intelligent lizard people, and they just want to live. And I'm the one plowing them. Hey, what's going on?
You're in my way. I'm gonna fucking axe you in the head.
I got a new toy to play with, a spear and fire. Fuck you, dude. It's just like they did not do anything. They're not like
They do attack on sight.
They like, hey, and the camera gives them a chance, like, hey, what are you doing here? Like, like they don't fuck with you. They're just living their life. I'm the bad guy, and I'm trying to be good in this game, and I feel so bad killing.
You gotta tame the living lands.
Right, there's that one like hermit that lives with them.
We'll see. I don't know. Those lizard fuckers.
You have a choice to not kill them, I think, at some point.
If they gave you a choice to not kill them, like they just attack on sight, though.
It's true.
It's just like the little bar goes up.
I know the game is they're gonna attack you.
I do feel bad.
You can't, like,
you got to agree.
I just feel bad. Like, they're kind of intelligent. They have huts, and they constantly love they love artwork. They're always like putting. Whenever you encounter these lizard people on this island, if you look around, they do like these handprints all over, and they're like trying to show art and intelligence.
Now that you say this, I do feel a little bad.
The world building,
slaughtering.
Free the Xarups. Free them.
It's an action first game, but like as you explore this island, the world building is actually really good. But I know it's coming from a growing franchise, so I'm really loving the world building. There's so much.
I'm a fan of the story. I'm a fan of the voice acting. Like it's all great. Like I don't know. There's some obviously like some weaker like side characters that are just kind of a little more generic in the voice acting, but all the main characters, like your companions, especially like Kai, he's the best dude.
Good.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Garrus?
Yeah, he's Garrus from Mass Effect.
But,
I knew. I saw a comment online that said it's like hearing or hanging out with an old friend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, I love this fucking idea where like, yes, it's the same voice actor, but man, could you imagine if like an old companion from like one game was in the same actor, like reprised it in another game? I fucking keep Kai around just because I like
he's that
great. Actor's voice and like that. He's a cool character.
Switch anybody out yet? I'm 20.
Yeah, I've only unlocked. I'm a little bit. I'm not as far as you guys. I'm like 9, 10 hours in. But I've only gotten two of the companions so far. What's the little dwarf guy's name? I forget his name.
Something with that.
Morris or
yeah,
Maris or Morris or Maurice or
I like him though.
The game we did rush in, and I know a lot of people know. I know we're not doing like an in-depth like what's the story about, but like it does a pretty good job quickly getting you into this world. Kind of like you're called an envoy, and you're coming from like the mainland, and your emperor. No, like you're a god. You're like touched by a god or something like that. Basically, you're disfigured, and it gives you like
talk about that.
But like, anyways, like you're sent on a mission to go investigate because like they believe that you are special, so you're sent to this island to explore and solve why is this island being taken over by this crazy fungus like thing, whatever. And there's like this god that talks to you in your streams and stuff like that, and just like constantly like. So there's a lot of things going on. Story's great, world building's great, acting's great. I just like the intro, just like, all right, design your character. What are your features? What are your abilities? All that stuff. But yeah, what were you gonna say about the feature or whatever?
Yeah, I want to know if you guys went full fungus or you guys went like.
No, I couldn't do it.
I didn't go full. I did some. I chose the dude that had like the like green fucking mushrooms on the side with the branches coming out of his head. I thought he looked cool. I'm a branch.
It does look cool, and you can see the face.
Branch, bro. What background did you guys choose? I chose the court augur.
I went with the ranger one, I think.
Which I don't know how much it affects anything other than like dialogue options.
It literally is just dialogue. That's it.
Yeah,
because your basic stats change so quick by the time you're a couple levels in.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You start in the same place, and
which it's kind of cool because like the court augur anyways has more of like a connection to like the spiritual realm and stuff, so he's more in tune with the voice that's actually like coming into his head. So I thought that was kind of cool, but I don't know how much it would be worth to like replay with like a different background if it's really only dialogue options. I don't know if any of it like affects like endings.
You'd more or less like replay. You'd replay this game based more on how you want to do the combat.
Right, the classes.
I'm very
what
like
you want to
range
build
and
out,
magic
spec
right now.
towards. Yeah,
but
yes, yeah.
Like
good guy and being a dick, like I don't know how much that matters really in this one, because I was
doesn't seem like
thinking
it.
of like I always when I'm in an
do you
RPG,
want Kai approving your decisions or like critiquing your like Envoy? I really thought I understood you. Like, oh,
or like when you
I guess it was kind of a dick move.
yeah, when you like make certain story decisions that affects what like level ups you get for your like your godlike powers essentially. I think there's a couple of those that come into play. But or like story decisions, because like I let a certain person live and everybody's all in a fucking tizzy about it, and I'm like, well, just
I let the same probably person live too, and I'm like, this is gonna be interesting because this person's probably gonna help me later on.
Yeah,
but like I'm like, listen, they got religious on me and they went crazy, but like then I proved them wrong, and I have some I don't know I made the same decision as you.
How do you guys play? Like, are you trying to be a good guy? Are you being a dick to people?
I always go good.
I'm more role playing and like I'm just role playing and what I think my character would do or say. So usually,
is your character a dick or is your character a nice guy?
My character is an intellectual that's connected with the spirit world. So it's somewhere in between, I would say, but more towards good.
Sometimes for some reason in my head, I always think of like a typecast in my head, like when I'm going to play an RPG. Like, do I want to be like the Han Solo? Do I want to be the Chewbacca? Do I want to be the Anakin? And
I usually play the good because
this one is just kind of
it seems like more often than not, you are much more rewarded for choosing the good path. Like you get the better fucking items and gear and equipment and level ups and stuff. But
I like the wise ass decisions most times. I think that's the way
I try, if I feel like I'm being a good guy but also a wise guy, I
mean I'll call someone out on their bullshit for sure. Like
Obsidian has got a good sense of humor, and they have a lot of options. I've replayed to see how it would work out, and I'm like, some of them are pretty legit. We're like, I can let this person live. I can like get money out of this person. I could kill them, and I know they can happen in Skyrim, but the way that this game is set up, it seems very action driven. But when you do encounter those RPG elements and those story options, it's like it's there. It's got pretty much everything. And I honestly, the more I play it, the more I think of this game as a spectrum. There's an RPG, and you have Skyrim over here and Breath of the Wild, like Tears of the Kingdom over here, right? I think this is somewhere in the middle because it's not that deep of an RPG, but it's got all the things that.
Yeah.
What's that?
I would say like I don't know, like Baldur's Gate 3 is on this like spectrum of super RPG.
Well, but sure, I wouldn't go that. RPG. Yeah, but I would say more moderate RPG, where like the accessible.
Oh yeah,
like these are the ones that are popular because they're more accessible. Like
for sure,
you can kill NPCs. NPCs have lives. There's crime. There's like patrols, and there's so much going on in the game, like an Elder Scrolls game.
I was mad that
when I play like Zelda, that's an RPG, and that's like nothing like those games. They don't have any. It's very bare bones, but it's totally an RPG.
I don't think Breath of the Wild is an RPG.
Nope.
You don't put that in the art like adventure art, like in more puzzle.
It's an action adventure.
Game. Yeah. You don't have levels, and you barely talk to people. I don't know. I would say Skyrim, somewhere between, less RPG.
I was mad that
everything in Skyrim's different though, because that's meant to be like a dynamic system with people on schedules and like like encounters that are all dynamic. Every single piece of Avowed is like these Xarups are going to be here, this camp is going to be here, and everything is put in the exact same spot.
Those systems in Skyrim.
That's what I meant with like Breath of the Wild and stuff like that. Like they do the same thing. Here's your NPC. He's just here, and then he goes to sleep, and that's it. Like
the systems in Skyrim like that are cool, but they can also work against it sometimes because it either breaks sequence or it bugs something out when you like do something you're not supposed to do. But like you said, this game's sort of in the middle. I did like go into town and shoot someone in the face in this game, and nothing happened. Like they didn't even flinch.
No,
so
you can't.
That I was like,
did you play this game like? Did you play this game like you were in Oblivion? Because it looks just like a Skyrim Oblivion. You're just walking around with, like, guards, I can steal in front of them, and they're not gonna fire. Like
I wanted to see what would happen.
Care about crime in this
because in Paradise or whatever, there's that section where like it's controlled by the Sparrowhawks, and there's the ogre guy who's like overseeing this area. So I like talked to him. And he's like, "Don't do anything in my fucking town, or I'm gonna come for you." So I shot him in the face to see what would happen, and nothing happened. I'm like, okay.
You fight them
Shortly after, I murdered all of them. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say. Okay. Yeah.
It's just a stage where they just set up the pieces, and you kind of walk in and you play your part in the play.
I am curious though, in that encounter, like, is there a way to avoid that from happening? I'm assuming there is.
Yeah, you let him beat the shit out of the shopkeeper.
So. Yeah.
Fucking pound on him.
But I'm like, this guy made.
See, that's the other side of the playthrough that I'm talking about. Like,
right. Like, this guy made a mistake, but he doesn't deserve to. You can't feed his family. This guy's getting shaken down.
So this game has 4 different, I'll say, worlds or whatever.
Just open areas. Yeah.
Open areas. And each of those seem to have their own major city, their main hub, which has its own little map as well. And then there's just the rest of it that you get to explore, which I think is really cool. It feels like a pretty good size, like a medium size, like it's big, but
I love it.
I'm just impressed by how handcrafted this goddamn game is.
Mm-hmm.
Every inch is worth exploring, and that's where I keep again leaning to like Zelda, where like I just feel like they're leading me on. It's just like it's every inch is to be explored, and this game feels like somewhere between that and like Skyrim, where I'm like, there's always a payoff. There's always like a dead body with like armor or resources,
loot something,
or something to kill. And I love that. Like once I kill something, it's dead forever. I love. This never happens in the game because they always spawn shit. Even if you wipe things out, they always spawn shit. I love that. No, I've killed these guys. I will never see them again. There's
funny because that was a complaint about a lot of people had with this game is that
just no
enemies
after
respawn.
Everybody's dead. You just I am the king of the world now. I've killed everybody, and now
it's more realistic. It's not realistic. I'm not playing to be realistic, but it's just more
rewarding
because I'm like I see the areas that I've cleared out.
The thing I do love about
in real life,
the maps, in the cordoned off areas, is that they feel manageable. A game like Skyrim, you're littered with side quests. You got this huge, expansive fucking continent of Tamriel that you're exploring. But with this game, it's a small map that you could walk across in 10 minutes. You're not getting inundated with side quests constantly. I mean, you got a healthy list, but you come across them every
monsters like every 5 feet,
and
which is
you'll come across them like every 100 meters. Like you're like, okay, there's something over there. I can just complete that really quick and then knock that off my list. Like it's not like I have to go across the entire other side of the map and it's gonna take me all day to get there.
The travel points help. This game's I've said it before. It streamlined a lot of things.
Yeah,
and like
for sure.
It literally streamlined from like the ability to look into crates to know if you should destroy it or not.
I love destroying the crates, even if there's nothing in them. It's just fun to smash those things.
But adding the travel points throughout the map really does help because like I will go to do one quest and then I'll come across somebody that turns out to be a bounty. I don't know, but I'm like kill them on my way. And then something orange red will be like flashing from their corpse. I'm like, oh, cool. And I'm like, you just solved a quest. Return this. I'm like, oh, I didn't even. No,
you just stumble upon it,
Solving
so
out
I can
order
quickly,
is awesome.
I can quickly just zip to town, return the bounty, and while I'm there, load up on like anything I need, like grenades or health, or buy some like new armor or whatever, and then go back into action. Like I've been going in and out, and the load times are pretty good. I'm playing a Series X. I'm also playing at the 40 frames, the basic performance or whatever they call that. Balance. Thank you, balance. There's the 60 frames a second.
Performance on Series S is good too. 30. Like I've been doing streaming on the Steam Deck and doing on my Series X or Series S badass. As well. And it works great and it looks great too, honestly. On the S, I haven't noticed anything. There isn't any options for like performance modes though. I think I'm locked at 30, which is fine. Okay. You know, it doesn't really bother me that much. But
I went from balance to performance, and it was like weirdly smooth, where I almost had like vertigo because I was used to seeing it at a certain frame rate, and all of a sudden everything is just like fucking buttery smooth. I just left it there for now, but
there are two things that I want to talk about that I really, really like about this game that also sort of have to do with the combat. One of them is the loadout swapping, just the fucking quick button hot swap. You press Y to swap to your other loadouts.
Just unlocked that. So to reduce that time, and that really helps.
Dude, I bet
later on, man. Boss fights.
Third one because
there's just so many guys.
Like when you have, you know, shield and sword, and then you have like a book and a wand or whatever. Like having a bow takes up 2 spots. I want a third quick weapon slot.
Maybe there's better bows.
For the bow.
Maybe there's better bows later in the game, but I tried it and it's just slow. I know it's meant to be like a sniping weapon. You know, it's not meant to be like.
I used bows and I gave up that real quick.
The being able to respec quickly is nice too, because that's
definitely.
I've just been going with what I get. So if I get like a sweet ass grimoire and a fucking mace, then I just like spend, you know,
dude,
250 gold, and then all of a sudden I just like, now I'm using these. And
you can respec, and you can also just fuck it, whatever weapon you're using. Like I did this last night. I had a mace that I've been upgrading. It was like, you know, 3rd tier, like common.
I haven't even tried a mace yet.
It was like 3rd tier common. I'm like, I got this unique like frost axe that was like fine tier, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna, and I scrapped my I scrapped my mace, got all the materials for that, and upgraded the axe, and I'm like, okay, now I'm in business.
Nice because breaking down, you get 1-to-1 what you put in to upgrade it.
That's so nice.
Again,
there's only finite
because you don't like
material
bog down.
You're not going to run into like random encounters. It's going to get you like extra stuff. So that's why I had a list of like side tips. So like, never sell a weapon. You always
break that shit down. Yep.
Like the crinkle tingles. Have you guys ever walked away from a crinkle? Have you ever walked away from a crinkle?
No.
Okay.
No.
You hear
it? Absolutely not. I need
it. Every like 10 feet, man. It was like I just started looking at the mini map in the top left for that little X. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
That's been helping me a lot. I've been ignoring it for a while. I'm like, oh, just.
Well,
I started with headphones on this one, and sometimes I just, you know, use regular TV or whatever. But the headphones make finding the crinkle tinkles like 10 times easier. I highly. Plus, the music in this is amazing. So.
Sounds like Skyrim.
It's good. It's good. It's Skyrim, but like it's very like background Skyrim. Where like Skyrim, I think blows the soundtrack
like
away.
Ethereal,
really good.
Yeah,
but it's good. It just doesn't have some of those. There's certain. I'm like it's very like every song kind of sounds the same. But I'm in a new world though, so the sounds starting to change a little bit. So I'm like kind of liking that. But it's good. It sounds good. Voice acting is pretty solid. The models are really good. They're actually like attractive, almost too attractive. Almost like everyone's good looking. There's like
almost too attractive.
Like the women are.
That's true.
The women are not bad. Like there was a ranger that like fucking made a move, and I'm like, oh, man, she's really hot.
They all have like freshly curled hair too, and I'm like, damn,
yeah,
like you girls are ready to go.
Just, right? It's like fantasy world, nice fucking dirty and grimy. They look perfect.
Yeah, I felt bad having to kill her, and I'm like, oh, you're hot. Imagine having to kill her.
Bad having to kill her.
You're going down because you're definitely scuzz. So.
I mean, you guys are further than me. Is there any like romance options or anything in this game?
I'm sure there are, but I've been avoiding it. If it ever anywhere, yeah, I haven't seen it.
You don't use the wink option whenever you get the wink.
Oh no, I ignore the wink option. Yeah, exactly. It's light. It's basic stuff.
I think that's as far as you get.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been with 2 dudes for the third or half of the game, so I'm like, I'm pretty good. But I just got a woman in the group, so I'm like, maybe I'll try to. I mean, she's again hot, so they're all attractive in this game. So I'll try to.
Is it the horny one, or is
it I'll let you guys know.
There is a horny NPC in there somewhere.
Oh, is there? I don't know. I went through a brothel in the first world. You can find a brothel in the city. And do a side mission for that woman that runs it.
Yeah, I just picked up that one last night. Yeah, I'm still in the first area. I'm not like super far. Like I said, like 9-10 hours in. But I'm not in any rush to really get through it either. Like, it's easy to
take your time.
It's
like
absolutely. I was telling Brandon, like, it's easy to clean up the side stuff because like you'll complete like maybe like a main quest and then like 100 meters to the fucking north you can just go to another side quest, and then there's a bounty like 100 more meters to the east.
That's kind of what I did. I go into town, get all of them, and then I'm just doing like a map wipe, going up and down the map, just kind of.
That's what I've been doing. There's like a couple pockets. I'm like, I never explored you. Let me go in there. And I'm like, oh, there's 3 3 bears over here. You're all gonna die.
I appreciate that there's not so many side quests that it's like I'll never finish all of these. Like, it's like, okay, I got like, like 7 or 8 of them. I can just knock these out really quick. Even though some of them are more in depth than others. I went in one last night that was like an hour-long side quest. I'm like, damn, this is impressive. Like, there's this whole fucking temple down here. Yeah, it's really cool.
Not having to solve them in order either makes it just like you can just go explore and do whatever the fuck you want, because even if you complete the mission out of order, like Brandon was saying, like, you still get credit for it, and you still get to turn it in. So it's saving yourself time. So
are you at the second area?
Yeah.
Or where are you guys at? I just got to the third area, and it's like the sand area, but the second one's all trees and stuff, right? Are you there yet?
Like the forest.
No. I'm still in Dawn Shore in the first area.
Okay. I just want to, like, I had a really cool experience in the game, and I know it's not a secret, but like, keep exploring, because you're going to explore something in the second area and come across something that, like, I think is like a really cool, like, I feel like I'm glad I came across this, because the effects of me discovering this thing as this pretty big event happen later on, and what you do affects the outcome of that. And I thought that was really cool. I wasn't expecting it when I first walked into this cave, and I'm like, what's going on here? And it went to this with the story. So I thought it was really cool, and it kept coming up. There's other characters that they keep introducing, so it's been pretty neat. I think the second world, I had more fun with the story than the first world. The first world was good.
The first world, you're a kid in a
and
I
want to go back and finish some of the harder stuff in it. But what's that?
First world, you're just a kid in a candy store. You're just like running around bashing everything and not caring about levels and stuff like that.
Right, yeah,
it just feels so good to hit things. Like, it's that slow slowdown of your weapon as you're hitting something. It's like a slight pause or delay, and then
makes it feel like chunky.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Chunky.
And another thing I would say is pursue shock, because there's a lot of puzzles that are solved with using the shock ability to unlock doors and turn or switches and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like I also like it. Like you said, I feel like the key word is like streamlined a bit, because there's really 3 classes, if you want to call them that. There's 3 skill trees that you can choose from. The fighter, the ranger, or the warrior, ranger, whatever, and wizard. And like, it, like Dave said, it's super easy to respec if you get like a cool weapon that you want to, put skills towards. But I've been going down because I have like I said, I have a shield and an axe and a wand. I was rocking a grimoire and a pistol for a little bit, which the pistol is pretty cool because you can do like a charge shot. Like, you can freeze them, do a charge shot, and just like shatter enemies, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I have the rifle for my wand loadout, and then when I switch over, it's the pistol and healing sword on fire.
Wow,
so
Brandon
that's been
really
a pretty good
shoot things.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, dude, I wrote that down.
Rifle takes doing
fantasy with guns is so fucking cool. Like, hey, like fucking like monster, like tree guy, whatever,
shoot you in the face
with a pistol. It's so weird. I just show up with a rifle, and like they don't even see me. I got a bonus for killing when they're not even ready. Boom, 1,700 damage. You are done. You were the big guy of the group. All right, Mushroom Man. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Brandon's playing this like a bro gamer.
Fantasy characters with a gun.
Yeah.
Is fucking
war zone. And then Brandon's
like,
out there.
while you reload your gun, you're just like zapping them with a fucking Harry Potter fucking wand. Dude, that is fucking cool shit. You can do the dash.
It is very Harry Potter.
Miss me. Boom, miss me. And then you can just do your own magic abilities. I have this one ability, Shock. I've been pimping it out. I'm fucking Palpatine. It hits like one guy and it shoots into everybody else. If they're on water,
does it go 2 hands?
It'll fucking electrocute. I don't know. It just seems like it's shooting out of like one hand, probably, but it might be 2 hands. I don't know. But it's like melting everybody, and if it's on water, like they'll even get more damage, which I think is really cool. But anyhow, yeah, the combat is so fucking good, and yeah, I do like that they broke it down to like those 3. Dave, what are you using? What's your loadout?
It's a grimoire and a wand, and then the other one's a shield.
Yeah.
A shield and the healing sword, but I think I'm gonna go like dagger and healing sword and just start
not touch the dagger
out.
yet.
Yeah, me neither.
Because the shield, I mean, you end up dodging more than I block anyways, so you might as well just lean into the dodge.
Yep.
I like the shield because, well, I unlocked an ability last night for like a parry. Like if you get like a perfect parry, it'll like do their like stun them, and then you can do your big like finishing move, which is pretty sweet. And the shield bash is fun too. So there's a lot of different ways you can
sword and board,
your character.
You're playing it totally different than me. I love it.
I'm doing a sword or a shield, and like I found a pretty good shield early on, and I switched to the like that frost axe that I found. That's pretty sweet. Because if you do a power shot with the frost axe, it freezes them, and then you can just fucking wail on them. But yeah, and then my other loadout is I swapped between the wand and the grimoire and the pistol and the grimoire. I like the wand a little better just because it's faster.
It's fast, and you can really pimp that thing out.
You can pop them.
Mm-hmm.
Give them a little pop. It is very Harry Potter with the hacha hacha hacha, and you just keep waving it around like a dingus.
This is fucking cool. You pop somebody with a gun, and then as that thing's reloading in your one hand, you're just like,
dude, yeah.
I'm like, why is this not like a thing? Like guns and wands, like that's just a fun. It's a fun. I don't know. I love it.
Sounds like
I really like, and it only gets better as you unlock. I just got the ability to summon shit. I don't even know how to use it, so you can just summon shit. And like, you get like trinkets you can put in your guy.
Summon shit.
I don't even know how it works. But like, summon something. Like, get it out here. I feel like let's get a party going. You know,
get it out of here.
Stuff a little crab. Have them go attack people. You know, whatever. It's a living lance.
Yep.
And one other thing I'd like to call out. Oh, very. I love that not only does it have like dashing and stuff like that when somebody's like attacking you, dash left, dash right, dash backwards. I love that. Jumping and being able to grab ledges and pull yourself up.
Parkour.
Hardcore. Like they don't have that in a lot of like RPGs. I feel, but like this is very like smooth. Like I could just run. And grab
there's
that.
like legit. There's like legit first person platforming in this game. And it feels good too.
A lot of that.
Like
yes.
I never feel like I'm.
Really good.
I always feel like I'm like in control and like jumping exactly where I want to go. Like it feels really good, and like the ledge grab is very generous. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, it's so generous. Yes. I love it though.
Yeah, I mean, and I
don't
know.
Trying to look at my notes here. I'm like.
It's not. I mean, I'm playing on like normal difficulty. It's not super hard so far. Maybe it could. I mean, it probably gets harder. Down the
boss
line.
Fights really.
But I haven't died. The only time I died so far in my like 9-10 hours of playthrough is I fell off like a cliff like accidentally. I'm like, oh shit, that was it.
I've run into some walls and died a couple times here and there, but lately once you start getting your stuff leveled up decently, and I think it's the level, like by everybody's name it'll say like they have a equal rating, the enemies, to your weapons. So if you're a weapon if you're level down, you're doing like I think 35% less damage and they do 35% more to you. So having your shit leveled up correctly is very, very important.
Yeah, I've redone things, and
there's the little
help.
Little skulls next to your quests there, tell you how hard difficult they are based on what level you have
a good icon system, iconography and all that stuff, so you understand like, oh yeah, real quick, like 1 star, 1 skull, 2 skull, 3 skull. Like 3 skull, you're gonna lose. 2, maybe. 1, just take it serious and stuff like that. There's a note it's my first note, and we have not even come close to talking about it. We talked about how good looking this game is. I think this is one of the best looking games at night, like in the in-game nighttime. everything is like dark blue and this purple and green, dude.
Yeah.
I fucking love exploring.
Is there there's no day-night cycle in this game, is there?
There is. It's very slow.
Go to night.
Okay.
I didn't think
I don't know if I don't think I've ever seen night other than like going to a camp and then it's like turns dark, but I don't know
because when you leave camp it always goes back to day, but if you're out there long enough,
maybe it'll
eventually go to night.
Yeah,
I'm always
you're probably just solving stuff and going in and out.
I'm always so eager to get back to camp to upgrade my shit because it always shows the little message like upgrades available at camp. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, let's go.
Yep. Yeah, there's camps in the game, and there's also like travel points, which are the same thing, except at the camp you can talk to your companions, upgrade shit, break down shit, stash shit, and maybe
the quality
talk to the rock and do some.
The quality of life stuff, like with just being able to stash stuff anywhere at your camp and being able to.
Oh my god, you can be out in the world and just be like, this armor is awesome, but it's like 18 weight, and we're gonna just dump it.
And
but not get rid of it. You get to dump it at your camp.
If you're selling stuff, you can sell stuff straight from your stash too. You don't have to fucking go grab it from camp and then bring it to a merchant.
That's a Skyrim thing. That's when you get into the super simulation stuff. This one's got the nice.
Yes, I love that. Just fucking make it easy. Just make it easy for me.
Also, weight. Weight is a thing, right? You can't carry armor and swords and all stuff without break. But like, all right, everything else, no weight. Like, I love that. Like, okay, these are gonna have weight. A sword, a breastplate,
absolutely,
but not your apples, not your potions,
no food, no
quest
items. Yeah, exactly.
So it's very like we have weight. You got to be careful with the capacity of how much you carry and all that stuff. But it is streamlined. It really went for like me. I think they really went for like the bro gamers. Like it's a.
This is exactly what I wanted right now too.
Apples and pears.
Because like I was in the. I mean, I didn't know it, but I was in the mood for one of these like RPGs, open world, whatever if you want to call it, like Bethesda flavor.
In a minute, so we had a
but
because we're all licking our lips for 6 to come out.
But it feels manageable, and it feels like it's not. I'm not gonna be playing it for 100 hours, So like, it's nice that it's a little bit smaller in scope, in that I'm like, okay, I actually think I'm gonna finish this one instead of like playing 30 hours and then like not even getting close to the end.
Have you finished?
You can finish
like Mass Effect or anything?
I guess.
Have you played Mass Effect?
I played a bit of 2, but I never finished it. I played like 10-15 hours of 2, but yeah, I never finished.
Oh, okay. I like the Mass Effect games. These are just fantasy versions of Mass Effect. And it's cool. This is definitely beatable. If you're like, oh, open world RPG, it's streamlined, it's action first, but it's kind of set up like Mass Effect. I just feel like when I play Knights of the Old Republic, same thing. Like those games where like it's so compact. It's so compact that like you can really just plow through this game if you want. But they've put so much information, almost to a fault, because it's like you'll go to like a group of like soldiers, like, oh, we held off the bad guys, like, all right, that's great, like, but we're barely getting like surviving. Okay, great. And like hopefully we don't see them for the next few weeks or months. Okay, great. I walk 100 feet, 50 feet away on the path, and there's another group of dudes just like these are the bad guys that attacked you guys earlier. Like they're right here. You can literally see each other. They're so close. Or like, oh, my brother's missing. He's been missing for days. He's right over there. Like everything is so.
Just walk 100 meters.
Make you go. They're not making you go to the other side of the map to solve the quest. Some of the times it's like right there.
Yeah, I love it.
Right there.
It's video game logic. It happens.
Yep.
Or you're on a farm and there's literally a camp of like monsters, and like, how are you not being killed by them? They're right here. Literally 20 feet away sometimes. It's funny, but I don't mind. I like that things are compact because like I feel like I'm getting so much accomplished.
You get more bang for your buck. Where like Skyrim, you're gonna spend 100-something hours, but you're gonna be walking around for shit for a long time and stuff like that. And there's no.
And it's
walking because there's no steeds. I don't think there's any mounts or steeds in this game. There's no
too small for
boats.
that.
Yeah, there's not. You walk or you zip around with your travel
And it's on Game Pass, baby.
Fast Trails.
Yeah, big win for Microsoft.
If we're closing up,
Good job.
I want to say one thing. This game also does not have, because it's streamlined, it does not have any lock picking mini game, which I was really shocked by.
I love lock picking mini games though.
You just have to have lock picks and then just. I know. I was like, wow.
Every vendor you go to.
Sometimes games will say you want to not have it in the game.
Yeah, always get lockpicks. Stock up.
Buy they're cheap as shit too. Just buy every single lockpick.
Like 25 gold.
Ever.
You're gonna hear that crinkle tinkle thing, whatever, and you're gonna want to unlock it and like, I don't have any lockpicks. Just buy potions and buy those. And then when you're not in combat, only use your potions when you're in combat.
Another tip:
eat food.
Yes. Cook all your shit when you get to camp. Just fucking make everything you can.
Yeah, because your food heals. Your food will heal you very slowly in combat.
And it gives you stat boosts.
Outside of.
They give you buffs. Yeah.
Tons of stat boosts.
Yeah. That and water is safe. There's like nothing in the water. It's like Zelda. You just kind of go in the water.
I'm always cautious of that. Like I jumped in the fucking water to go swimming. I'm like, is there something gonna attack me down here?
It's perfectly clear there was underwater too.
Yeah.
It's like you're in the Bahamas.
Perfectly
you can
clear.
see for a fucking mile underwater.
Yep.
Like, all right, cool. Makes it nice.
Well.
Yep, that's it. That's about.
Yeah, we're 45 minutes in. We said it at the beginning.
I love it. I think it's great.
I think it's a good game. 15 minutes left to finish it.
We can burn through the rest of this stuff real quick.
Eric wants to tell us about his hole digging.
I want to tell you about my holes. Get in my holes.
Yeah, let's hear about your hole, Eric.
I'll tell you about my holes. I played a game about digging a hole. That is what the game is called. And it is on Steam currently only, and it is $5.99, I believe. So
$5.99?
Very cheap, yes.
Such a deal.
Such a deal. They advertise it too, like only costs you a cup of coffee, and I'm like, that's so true. If you can buy a cup of coffee for $6, you can buy this fun game for $6.
It's not $6.
What?
It's $5.
Oh,
$4.99.
Is it $4.99? I thought it was $5.99. Okay, even better, $4.99. If you can spare $5 for an hour and a half to 2 hours of fun, then absolutely do it. Yeah,
that's all it takes. Hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yep. I finished it last night, I believe. And my playtime on Steam was like 2 hours, I think. But it's exactly what it sounds like. You are digging a hole. So the whole premise of this game is you buy a house for $10,000, which is pretty cheap nowadays for a house. And you go in the backyard, and there's an X on the ground, and you have a shovel. It's like a pneumatic shovel. It's like automatic, and it has like a little battery.
That's handy.
So there's an X on the ground, and you just start digging a hole. So basically, if the battery runs out, you explode and you die. You don't have to like start the whole game over. You just, whenever you die, you lose whatever resources you collected. So as you dig, you get like resources like rocks. The deeper you dig, you're getting more valuable resources like coal, iron, gold, platinum, diamond, stuff like that when you get really deep. But the whole loop of the game, you dig, you get materials, you sell the materials at like, you have a little computer terminal in your garage. And then you have an upgrade bench where you can upgrade your shovel, so it can upgrade like your dig radius, and eventually you can upgrade it enough to get like a drill, which is pretty sweet. You can upgrade your battery, so your battery can last longer. You can upgrade your inventory, so you can hold more resources, and you can unlock a jetpack, which is pretty fun.
Okay.
I was gonna say, a lot of these pictures are digging straight down.
Well, that's the thing. That's not the smartest way to dig, because if you dig straight down, and then you have a bunch of resources that you want to get back up, you're jetpacking your way up, but you run out of battery, explode and die, you lose all of the resources that you just gathered down there. So you have to be smart about how much battery, you're conserving, so you can get back up out of your hole to sell the resources. And then
it's cool. I like that loop.
The loop repeats. It's fun. It's kind of like I heard the comparison to like Power Wash Simulator, which I know Brandon is a huge fan of.
It has a look.
I'm not playing this game.
No, I'm just. I know Dave is a fan of Power Wash Simulator, but it's like that. It's that's like just methodical like flow state that you get into where you're just doing a monotonous activity for a little while. Very cozy, very relaxing, and like the sound of the fucking hole digging is just like, I don't know, it's soothing in a way, and it's just that like gamer lizard brain where it's like, okay, sweet, I collected a bunch of these resources, cool, now I can upgrade my shovel, now I can dig faster and deeper. So it's like, you know, it's a fun loop, and it, like I said,
Brandon, this is only a 2-hour long game.
It's a cup of coffee. It costs a cup of coffee. It costs $5.
2 hours, which, like, it looks, games like this make me think that, like, because it looks like it was built with like default assets, and
it's like, cool because this
pretty basic stuff.
The developers for this game are actually, so I think what they did was they released this game as a proof of concept for their real game, and they're using the profits that they get from this game to fund their, you know, their full game, because there's actually like
full game is about digging.
Oh, I forgot what it was called. Something punk. I don't know. It's gonna bother me, but there's a
Solar Punk.
Solar Punk. That's it. There's a flyer for the game, like in this whole game. So it's like they're advertising the game that they're actually making. I think this whole digging tech is gonna be in that game, because that's like also like a crafting survival type game. So I think this is really smart. They just made something quick and easy to fund their full game that they're making.
Yeah, they've got some other games on here. Sugar Dew Island. I'm guessing it looks very much like a 3D Stardew Island.
Sugar Dew.
Sugar Dew. It looks like they did that.
Sugar Dew.
A couple little ones in here. That's cool. That's a good idea, though. I like that. And I mean, I'm watching the trailer for it. It's just digging a hole.
Digging a hole. Yep.
It looks. It's anything longer than like 2 hours. I think the loop might get a little boring, but
there are a couple little like mysteries. I won't spoil the end of the game.
That's cool.
But like once you get to a certain depth, sort of something happens, and then you get towards the end of the game. Like I said, I won't spoil anything, but there is a little bit more to it than just digging a hole. And there's also like stuff you can find, like like chests, like treasure chests and stuff with like resources in them, because you have like a little detector too that'll tell you to like dig a certain direction, or like there's also like a couple keys that you can find to unlock a chest that's in your garage for like other cool upgrades. So there's a little bit of meat on the bones there. I don't know how much they're gonna like upgrade or support this thing, but it's just a fun little thing. And I'm glad I experienced the digging of the hole.
It's fun.
And I feel like as you're digging and as you get super deep, you start to like take ownership over your hole, and like you start to streamline, or make it more efficient. Yeah, exactly. Like make it more efficient to get up and out of it, or clean it up a little bit in certain areas.
I like that.
And you can put like, as you get down deeper, because as you start digging, you get the light from the sun, but as you start to like dig sideways, it gets dark. You have to like buy lamps to put in certain places to light your way. Cool. So
sounds Minecrafty.
It's fun. It's like I said, it's a fun way to spend 2 hours.
That's cool.
Well, speaking of fun ways to spend 2 hours, I have a
oh boy, is this a Sonic 3?
2 hours.
Oh boy.
I watched Sonic 3.
Oh.
I've heard it's not bad actually.
It's
is it better than the second one? The second one is not good.
No, you're not gonna. If you didn't like the second one, you're probably not gonna like the third one. I don't know. There is some saving graces to it, as that they're double dipping on Jim Carrey, which is nice. I don't want to.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw some.
Jim
spoilers.
Carrey's the only good thing in these Sonic
movies.
Spoilers
out there right here. So if you're worried about Sonic 3 spoilers, heads up. Dr. Eggman has a grandfather who is also played by Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
So he's in full like old man makeup for Grandpa, and then he's in regular Jim Carrey for Dr. Robotnik or whatever, and then he's having interactions with himself and dancing with himself, and making references to the camera about.
Damn, Jim Carrey's like 60 years old.
It's good.
His dad would have to be 80 years old. His grandfather would have to be 100. This is a 100-plus-year-old man.
He's got the mustache.
He's a cyborg. He's fucking a Robotnik. He's,
a 100-year-old man. That's all right. Anyway, I was just doing the math.
No, I mean, and that's a decent part. I forgot that Keanu was in this one. Keanu is Shadow the Hedgehog.
That's right. Yep.
Or Shadow, yeah.
Now we got Idris Elba as Shadow, and the regular person is Tails.
Yep.
And then I mean, I think Sonic does great. What's his face?
Ben Schwartz. Is that it?
Ben Schwartz. Thank you.
He's all right.
Yeah, I like Ben Schwartz's Sonic too. So you got like a good cast, like decent voice actors in there. You got Jim Carrey. You got the Donut Lord, who I liked watching stuff that he's in. He's pretty good.
He's fine. I don't like the side character. Remember that one chick who's getting married in the second one? I was like,
that whole side. There might be a little bit of that, but
why? Like, why is she a character? Let's not make her a character.
Yeah,
not interesting.
It wasn't really needed in the second one. It was kind of kind of weird.
It was like a lot.
It was a good chunk of the middle third of the movie was a lot of that stuff. But no, you don't got to worry about that in this one. Because they've got all these hedgehogs and fucking porcupines to show off. So, kid liked it.
Does the owl lady ever make it? Does the owl lady make a return?
I didn't see her.
I thought she died.
No. Okay, so
yeah, she died in the first.
They don't show her death, so I didn't know if
she's
it's like
dead.
She's actually been alive this whole
time. Yeah. If your kids like Sonic, it's you'll see it and you'll not hate it.
Right.
How about that? I give it like a
all right.
Like
that gives me a little bit more.
7 on the grand 6.5, 7 on the grand scale of watching kids movies. So
kid was watching Sonic Prime on Netflix, which not bad. It's like an animated Sonic show. Yeah. Netflix exclusive, but sorry.
I love when a kid randomly picks a show. Like my youngest is crushing Cuphead cartoon series. It's actually kind of funny. It's some shows are pretty good.
Voices get a little annoying.
Some of them are annoying. Yeah. I got over the voices. At first I was like, oh, but I'm like, it's not bad.
Let's rapid fire these bad boys.
Yeah.
Boom! This is how you do it, boys. This is how you do it. Quick. I watched Beetlejuice. It's
Wait,
good.
don't say it again.
Great, and it's not bad. It's good.
Terrible joke.
It's the Sonic Hedgehog 3 of Beetlejuice movies.
It's slightly better. The story was impressive. I actually really liked the story. I thought the story was pretty creative. They own the fact that, what is her name? The daughter,
Winona Ryder.
Yeah, her character. How she can just talk to ghosts. So like, she just made a career out of talking to ghosts. So it's cool that she's a celebrity, and her mom, is in it, and the dad, even though like the actor is not allowed to be in movies anymore. I like that they brought how they brought his character in it and kept him in the movie. It's very creative. I give them credit. It's not like they didn't have to make it. They could even probably make a TV series using this crew. It's good. I thought they did a pretty good job.
The dad?
It's not great, but the actor who played the dad was also the principal in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Anyways, kiddie porn.
Oh, cool.
Was caught with the kiddie porn. So he's just like out of the picture. But I don't want to ruin it. So I'll just watch it. It's really cool how it's just a very clever way of having this character in this movie. So it's a good movie. It's got some clunky scenes in it. It tries to do music in it, and it's nowhere near as good as the Harry Belafonte kind of music that that shit, like jump in the line, like that was fun. They try to do some of that. Not so. Anywho, I want to more talk about Furiosa, the Mad Max movie.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you like the first one? Do you like the first one too?
Yeah, it was great.
Okay,
I thought that movie was great. And I was like, surely this is not going to be as good.
It was fine.
It's great.
That movie's
it's equally as good.
Overrated, in my opinion. Fury Road.
I am blown away by the production of those movies, and Furiosa does not disappoint. I'm like, how did they do this? Some of these shots are so cool. It really looks like they're in this fucking desert. And the world building is so much better in Furiosa because she's a child and she comes from this area.
More.
And just her and the way they do it in chapters, it's very good. I don't know. And it really does feel like, wow, if the world went to shit and macho men are running it, they got a new villain introduced in this one, and it's played by
Chris Hemsworth.
Oh fuck,
Thor.
Thank you. And he's got this thick Australian accent and this weird nose, whatever. And he's a very cool character. He's very interesting, and he eats up every scene he's in. He's a great villain. But the world building is really cool, and just the shit he has happen and the way he behaves, he's just like a man child. All right, I'm bored of this. Just do what I want. Just the way he like barks at people is just like he's just like a child. You gotta see it. You gotta see it because of 3 things. 1, the production is incredible. 2, Chris Hemsworth is excellent in it. And 3, the world building. It's like I want to play this as an RTS because they do this, and I'll get over this movie, but like there's a scene where like they're trying to this one guy owns the cities, and one's a gasoline town. It's called Gasoline Town or Gas Town. They have all the gas. And in the future, this is like one of the only places to get gas for and this is how you drive around, right? So you need gas. So it's very important. So they own it. His brother owns it, whatever. So the one guy is a rider and they have to deliver food or whatever and get gas. Like the way they just kind of drive from like location to location. And then there's the Badlands and everybody will attack you while you're doing it. And that is so fucking cool because they'll take those kids that are all like covered with like the paint and shit. And like they will have their job to protect the vehicle, but like other people are like trying to drive or repair. So it's cool because there's like jobs on this truck. So there'll be long ass action scenes of them just trying to deliver lettuce or get gas, and like they're being attacked by bikers and cars, and they get all these weapons to trying to defend them. And I was like, man, this would be really cool, like as a video game. Where like you're trying to like do these things. You got to see it. It's so cool. I highly recommend Furiosa. Yeah, I didn't like it because of
really
the fucking annoying guy that's
good, man. I like
in the back of your car. The game's good. It's a good game. I don't like the guy in the back.
It's just Arkham combat with fucking driving around car combat, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
Highly
recommend Furiosa.
How was Anna Taylor-Joy in this
great,
as Furiosa?
Because I was like, is she gonna be
Charlize was a great Furiosa. Isn't she Furiosa
she's better.
It's a flashback, right?
She's better.
Fury Road.
Yeah, this Furiosa is way better. And she's tiny, so like how she like survives her character arc, and like she's not going around punching dude. I think she kicks like one guy from behind, but she's just a good shooter. So it's very believable. Like how could she survive in this very masculine, war-torn, desolate world? And it's good. It's good. Sweet. Highly recommend.
Sounds
it's almost 3 hours long. It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes long or something like that. It's long.
It's on Max, so
sounds more interesting to me.
Right into the next movie at the very end. I'm like, oh, that's really cool how they fucking did that. Oh, it makes me kind of want to watch the last movie.
Maybe I have to watch Fury Road again because I watched it when it came out in theaters. I'll admit it's a spectacle, but like
looks good.
Yeah. Everybody was creaming in their pants about how good it was, and I was like, it was good, but it wasn't the best fucking movie I've ever seen.
They drove out there and then they drove back.
Watch Furiosa.
I'm like,
and then you decide if you want to revisit.
Yeah, Furiosa, from just what you said, sounds more interesting, and like there's more of a plot and like world building going on.
Way more plot, way better villain. The other one didn't really have a good villain. It just kind of had like a group of bad guys, and they're just trying to like survive, and he's captured in the beginning. So, but this one, it's like she literally has her life taken away from her, and she's got this revenge story with a really good charm. It's like they saw what was good with the first one, and they just fixed the things that like make a better movie.
All right.
I highly recommend it. I would love to hear your opinion.
I really like the old Mad Max movies. Like I'm a fan of all 3 of those movies.
Right. Yeah, this has more of that stuff, or like these grungy guys like, oh, I got a car you can use. It's like this guy's got no teeth,
I love
and
that
there's
shit.
like little people in it, and they're all like, I want to do. And I was like,
it's the
there's
weird
so
shit.
many like weird little characters. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of weird shit. There's some heart too, but like not that much. It's just like a good.
I'm interested.
It's a good story, and it's the world building that they do. That's just like, oh, this is fucking cool. I love it.
Yeah.
There's almost too much in that movie that they need another one, honestly. But yeah, back to you, Eric. I'm done. By the way, that was it. Just those two movies.
Dave, did you have something else?
No, I mean you were gonna mention SNL.
I was gonna mention SNL50. So. Yeah.
I almost did too, and I was like, it's not good.
No, Brandon's crazy. Dave and I are on the same page.
I get nuts.
That was dull.
I appreciated it just for my nostalgia for old SNL. Like they brought back a lot of the original cast. They brought back a lot of old sketches.
Ton of them.
And like
everyone, they're just cramming everybody they could with.
I think
every single scene had as many guests as you possibly could get in, and
yeah,
it was because you're jumping everywhere.
You got to admit the fucking production of it and it being live, like
production's amazing,
insane.
It really outdid them. Yeah, they really outdid themselves. I like that they brought Jack Handy. They show like commercials that they've done. Like I do love the montage, like when they brought everything together. I love that. I just thought the jokes didn't land.
My favorite
everything else was really good.
That didn't age well was like. I mean, it's classic. Like they even admit their own fuck ups in.
That was cool. Yeah.
I think my favorite sketch had to be Black Jeopardy with Eddie Murphy playing Tracy Morgan while Tracy Morgan was right next to him. Like, that was great.
That was funny.
Like Eddie Murphy nailed it. Everything with Eddie Murphy was great. I love Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I can't believe. Like. Chevy, Dan Aykroyd wasn't there. Like
Chevy was there.
No,
Chevy was there.
Was he? Okay.
Mm-hmm. He was there at the concert and at the anniversary.
The concert was really cool too because they had tons of people that played on the show. Like I mean, it's pretty much every fucking band ever.
Mm-hmm. A lot of good ones. I mean, some better than others. Some that I fast forwarded.
They had that guitar guy, the guy with the long hair ponytail. He's like ugly as sin. He's been like
ugly as sin. The guy that used to be in the band, that used to lead the band for like the longest time.
Lead the band. Yeah. He was always there. He's like ugly, and he plays like he's got the long blonde hair. I go like, hey, you remember Saturday Night Live? She's like, yeah, of course I do. I'm like, hey, they got the guitar. She's like, who? Like, you don't remember the guitarist? Like the band always started with the camera on him, and then they would show the host coming out.
The most impressive thing about the music, about the concert, and I think they were there at the anniversary show too, was the fucking backup band, like Questlove and the Roots. Like,
oh yeah,
fuck,
they're playing with everybody.
Yeah, it's insane. Like all the different genres, all the different fucking instruments that they had to swap between.
I was gonna say,
oh my god, it's insane.
Tons of music. Malone, the production was good.
Dave Grohl and the rest of Nirvana need to do a fucking Nirvana tour. Go and just play all the old Nirvana songs. Dude, I love that Posty like subs in for Kurt because he did like a pandemic charity thing on YouTube where him and his buddies just all played like fucking Nirvana songs.
I remember
it was good too. Yeah,
during COVID, I remember that.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
So good.
That's when he got a lot of props from people who don't listen to his pop shit. They're like, the bro's fucking cool. Yeah. I'm like, he's got a couple of good songs. Like, it's cool, but like, I'm not listening to Post. I'm sorry. Then you see like this clip of him playing guitar, like, oh, dude knows how to play fucking guitar. But then he's like, I'm gonna play Nirvana songs, and like he's all fucked up, not too, he's just
pounding Bud Lights,
feeling it, man.
Wearing a dress, and just fucking ripping heaters.
You can
so Post got respect from his love for Nirvana for sure.
You guys can make fun of me for how young I am because I saw Dave Grohl and I'm like, oh shit, why is Dave Grohl there? And I was like. And then I looked it up. I'm like,
oh, he was the drummer. For Nirvana.
He was the drummer for Nirvana before Foo Fighters. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Foo Fighters came out when Kurt turned on all the songs that he was writing. He's like, no, it's not a Nirvana song, and he's like, whatever. And then he dies, and he's just like, all right, well, I guess I gotta make my own band. And he took all the songs and he recorded everything. He's like, here, studio, what do you think? He's like, you got a band? And he's like, I'll make one after you just said, yeah, like, yeah, all right, I'll put together a band. But
pretty cool. I did not know that.
Yeah,
he did play all the instruments
yep.
on that initial first Foo Fighters
I
album.
believe so, or at least in the recordings that got the studio to give it. But yeah, he's whatever. It's like sad that like Kurt died, but it did let what's his face like grow. David grow as a musician and all that stuff. So
SNL50, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's good to get.
It's cool that they did something.
Yeah, definitely.
It's insane.
Well, like
that long.
Miley Cyrus song was not good, dude. I was like, turn this off. This song sucks.
I fast forward through a couple of the acts and the concert and everything, but it was overall.
And then
good.
like they got like that blonde chick. She's like really cute, but like, she's singing with I think one of the greatest, Paul Simon,
Sabrina
like,
Carpenter.
One of the first songs, and I'm like,
don't diss Sabrina Carpenter.
I'm not. I'm telling you how she's attractive and she's got a beautiful voice. And I love Paul Simon, but the two of them, it was not a good pairing. I was just like,
Paul's
singing two different songs.
He's old. He's lost his timbre in his voice. Yeah. He doesn't have the.
Well, that's what I was saying in a Discord too.
So sad to see.
The SNL fucking anniversary show was just a bunch of 70 to 80-year-old white dudes all in the same room.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's all
Steve
it
Martin.
was.
Oh yeah.
Steve Martin looks exactly the same.
That's what I said. How has he looked the same for the past 30 years? It's crazy.
I don't know. I think my wife literally said that. Does he not age? I'm like, no, he's been this since his 30s.
His hair has been white for the past fucking 50 years, and he's looked the same. I'm like, what the fuck?
He's moving around and all stuff. I mean, Martin Short's also, give him credit, man. I mean, he's rated there. He's still like, yeah. You can tell that he's still got it because they have him more involved with skits, I think. Like certain characters, like Bill Murray looked really old. I was the old.
Bill Murray looked old, but
old for a while.
He still did good on like update.
Really old.
He did a good job.
I like the update.
He was one of the funnier. That was good. His brother was the number one. Like fucking.
I don't know if it's just his personality or if he's just really old. But fucking Lorne Michaels is just a fuck. He's like a statue. He doesn't move. He doesn't emote. Yeah. He doesn't do anything.
So there is. On Netflix, there is a movie about the beginning of SNL, and I'm really tempted to watch it.
It looked interesting. Like I saw some people calling it out for like how it really was.
I think Chevy Chase was slamming it.
Of course he was.
Right, which he's a
dick. Because he's difficult to work with. Yeah, but he made those good movies. That's cool that you called out SNL. I mean, I wish I laughed. I wish I enjoyed half the performances that they put on there. But it is cool that they made it, and you're absolutely right. The production was very impressive. Again, live show, a lot of hands involved. This is really hard to fucking do. It was cool.
I've fallen off SNL a bit,
It's good now. The new cast is actually is actually legit.
I've started watching it again recently, and I'm like, okay, it's not bad.
Go on YouTube or TikTok or whatever, and just like watch the best skits.
Usually, my wife, if there's a good skit, she'll show me on TikTok.
Okay,
because it always appears on there.
Yeah, that's how I see them. I'm like, oh, this is fun. The news guys also. I think this is
Weekend Update. Yeah,
like, Norm Macdonald's my favorite. Kevin Nealon's right under him. But those guys are like right up there. Che and what's his name?
Love them. Yeah, they're really good.
Fucking hilarious. I love that Scarlett Johansson was there, and they really put her through the ringer. Like,
she's good.
Funny. She was involved. She's doing crazy characters and stuff like that. Like, she's in on the joke. Like, I love that she just signs up. It's like, yeah, you can say fucking fucked up things about me and my husband in front of everybody or whatever, but great. She's a good sport.
Yep.
When your husband's an anchor for SNL, you gotta be.
Yep, definitely.
And he's kind of he's a good-looking guy. But he's kind of dorky. Like, that's what you ended up with. But
so if you look like corny frat boy in a dictionary, you'd see a picture of Colin Jost.
I can see it. Yep, I can see it.
All right, that's enough.
Yeah,
that's a catch up.
I did want to touch on. Well, I think Eric, you want to touch on this too, just to highlight the fantasy league before we kick off. Today. Over on the fantasy league, we do have some scoring going on, which is kind of, it's interesting. It's our first year doing this. If you guys do want to follow along, there's a channel in our Discord. You can find it on nomadsoffantasy.com. But
the Discord button is a big button that says Discord.
nomadsoffantasy.com/discord.
Up though. People are scoring some points, which is nice to see. I mean, eventually we would start.
If you don't know what we're talking about, Dave discovered there's like a fantasy league for video game releases. So we all there's like a group of us, and we picked games, and based on what the general score is that comes out, if it's high, points. Obviously it's good. Yeah. So
we'll check in on it every so often throughout the year.
We're a few weeks into it. One of Dave's picks got fucking delayed till next year.
Yeah, Fable.
What were you thinking? Picking Fable.
Yep.
You also picked GTA 6, my man.
Which it's absolutely coming out this year, so
we'll see.
About that.
Dude, Rockstar is notorious for delaying.
Yep.
It is fun though. This I don't know. I feel like I'm paying more attention to the upcoming schedule because there is a lot of shit coming out this year. So I don't know. Like it's a lot.
Yeah.
Fun year to get started
good
doing
year.
This.
Be a good year for games for sure.
It'll get juicy. Yep. It'll get juicy throughout the year.
And we do have to figure out a bet. We got to get a bet solidified on here, whether
we'll figure something out.
Or
figure something out. We got
take me out for a nice steak dinner.
we got
dinner. I think
Outback Steakhouse. Only the finest.
The blooming onions, man. Can't beat them.
Yeah. Ooh, yes, sir.
But yeah, I hope you enjoyed our Avowed cast. We'll wrap up here, but
I'm sure we'll get into it next one. Next catch up will be.
We'll do a check-in.
Be Avowed update.
But as Dave mentioned, if you want to follow us, you can follow us on. You can join our Discord at nomadsoffantasy.com/discord. Just go to the nomadsoffantasy.com for all of our links and everything that you need there. Latest episodes, all the good stuff. Yeah.
T-shirts.
Merch. Get it.
Whatmapgame.com is connected to there, so you can show off how cool you are by knowing what video game that would be from. Look at that map. I know what that map's from. That's from Zelda. I knew that.
Go wake up your wife.
2 guesses and I was in.
Yep. All there, baby. So, nomadsoffantasy.com. All your nomad needs. And until next time, as always, safe travels, nomads.
Who's like diva? I see when I see that. Aha!
Well, the cute Asian girls do, man. They always have. I'm like, yeah, I like that.
Brandon loved
that is staying in at the end of the episode. Enjoy that.